I love the hustle, man.
Ultimately, I feel like they were to go ahead and go in here into Milwaukee and win another one for its eighth. You know what I'm saying? At some point, your team's gonna go ahead and fizzle on out eventually. You know what I mean?
Well, let's talk about that. I feel like the reason we
Go ahead.
lost to Milwaukee, we always talk about size, right?
Size.
Giannis,
Yeah, for sure.
Brook Lopez, Bobby Portis. Those are three big dudes, three dogs. Who
Kings had no
just
answer.
big body,
None.
strong veterans.
None.
And we got one guy, Sabonis, who is smaller than all of them. You know what I'm saying? So
all
it's
of them.
like,
yeah.
Bruh,
And the cool part about Sabonis ain't no slouch like that either, but he's not there. He's not their size, though. You know what I mean? So, when you go ahead.
No. So just real quick, let's kind of go over these next couple of games. So Thursday we have the Rockets. Then we have the Wizards.
Another hard game. Should be winnable for that one.
Those are both at home. Then we have the Warriors at home, and then we have Then we're on the road. Nuggets, Knicks, Nets, Sixers, Thunder, Timberwolves. Shakes.
Yeah, that's not no slouch schedule. Woo. So this schedule coming up, man, this home stretch and this road trip is gonna really
define the rest of the season.
Determine.
It's gonna define the rest of the season.
Determine on who these Kings are. Yep. Determine on what seed they're gonna go ahead and start to jock for as we're getting closer towards the end of the season. Even like with the All-Star break coming up, you know what I mean? You want to start strong and finish strong, so that way when the All-Star break does come around, you get your rest, you come back, then you're right back to doing what you were doing beforehand, which is winning games. If Doug can continue keep creating this culture of winning and bringing a winning attitude, but then also have that fiery side and continue to go ahead and believe in the players that he's been having come off the bench and rotating and things of that nature, the Kings will go ahead and eventually move up some spots. I don't see a lot of those teams that are up there right now sustaining their winning streaks, like are winning like how they've been.
Yeah.
So right now, the Kings have to go ahead and really determine on what team they're going to go ahead and be going forward with these next, 7, 8, 9 games, I think you mentioned?
Yeah, so, yeah. So it's a couple at home, and then we're on the road for a cool little minute. And people might think like, oh, you're being dramatic. But here's the thing, like the reason I said these games are going to define the rest of the season is because you got to look at it right now. The All-Star break is not the official midpoint. We're at the official, as far as games played, we're at the midpoint of the season right now. We're at the 40 game mark. So, there's only 82 games in the season. So, you have to start stringing together more wins now.
Yes.
You're off to a nice start with Doug, like I said, with that 7-2 start. But now, all right, now it's getting kind of tough. Rockets going to be tough. Although they're beatable. To me, I'll say this. There's not too many scary teams, in my opinion, as far as oh, man, we can't.
He said not too many scary.
Oh, we can't beat them. We just beat the Celtics, and they were fully healthy with Tatum, Brown, Porzingis. Everybody played, and we beat them in Boston. So, I think we could beat the Rockets on Thursday. Wizards, that you better win that game. You're a better team than the Wizards.
Right.
Warriors, I feel like we're a better team than the Warriors. Nuggets, they've kind of been up and down as well. I think we're not too far from them as far as in the standings. We have them after the Warriors. Knicks is going to be a tough game. Nets is winnable. Sixers, depending on if Embiid is playing that night, that's a winnable game as well. Thunder,
and it's crazy because it's crazy you say that because some of these games that we think that are winnable games be the games that they
mess
around and end up and losing. So it's like, hey, look, you got to pick and choose your poison wisely. Like, what are we going to go ahead and do?
Yeah.
And like I said, when you got players like Embiid not playing, or like how they did when they played who they played the other night that didn't play. Was it Ja? Was it when they played in Memphis? Was it Ja that wasn't playing? Who wasn't playing that night that they went in? Ja. You know what I'm saying? So when you have certain star caliber players who are leaders of these teams not playing, you have to take full advantage of getting these W's.
So yeah, hopefully we can kind of get some wins here. Steal some of these wins that might look like 50-50 games or look like games that we probably shouldn't win. Hopefully we can still get a Thunder win or things like that. The Knicks, hopefully we can get some of those wins like that.
Yes.
Now,
definitely.